And we are live. What's up, guys? So, just looking into what possibly could be happening with this thing a lot lately, and I stumbled across this crazy PDF last night saying about what the plan is, what the vision is for the California or the LA smart city in 2028. So, I have this video here that I'm going to show you from that, and it's creepy stuff, and I'm starting to like the term I'm using a lot for this is expedited eminent domain because you think about it, a lot of these houses that are in the area that's getting just destroyed by these fires, it's people that don't necessarily want to sell their houses, and then suddenly they get the insurance policy canceled, and you get these big water tanks that are or these water facilities that are just drained for no reason. They cancel the fire hydrant inspections, like all sorts of questions. And then the planes that are putting out the fires get hit, like one of them gets hit by a drone. So got a lot of videos to show here. I'm going to show you what Mel Gibson said about this first, because I don't know, like now Fox News is legitimately entertaining the idea and talking about how California's got this agenda where they want to create like high density housing where these single family homes are.
There are numerous complaints, as you alluded to, that the fire hydrants did not have water or water pressure, and the LA fire chief herself reacted. Watch this.
When a firefighter comes up to a hydrant, we expect there's going to be water. We don't control the water supply.
I know they were messing with the water, letting reserves go for one reason or another. They've been doing that a while. California has a lot of problems that sort of baffle the mind as far as why they do things. And then in the events like this, you sort of look, well, is it on purpose? Which it's an insane thing to think. But one begins to ponder
up, Steve?
Whether or not there is a purpose in mind. What could it be? I don't know. Do they want the state empty? I don't know.
Well, Mel, there's already talk, and we played a couple of sound bites of reimagining the way rebuilding occurs. And obviously there's a great need for high density housing in California and across the country. That's a big push by the climate folks. And you're already hearing rumblings of that. In this case, like goodbye single family homes, hello high density housing.
Yeah. It's pretty scary, and it'll take decades to do that too. It's like even if it if it's a good idea, which I don't know if it is, but reminds me of the old cattle barons clearing people off the land, But I don't know. I can make all kinds of horrible theories up in my head, conspiracy theories and everything else, but it just seemed a little convenient that there was no water, and and that the wind conditions were right. And
yeah, so there you go. So I know you might say Mel Gibson could be a little bit out there, but no, I have a video right here showing a guy went to the water facility that they're talking about, the one that was right next to them that was emptied. And real quick, how's everybody doing in the chat? What's up, Steve? What's up, LMG Philanthropy? What is up, Alan Satoshi Greenspan? How is everybody doing? Thank you for being here at 11 o'clock at night. I didn't intend for this to be so late, but I'm working on a lot of cool stuff lately that I was trying to put together, and then came across this thing, sent me down a few rabbit holes, and just compiling a bunch of stuff to show. So this guy, he got like 5 million views next. Like he went to the water facility that got emptied, and here it is.
It's supposed to be the water to put out the Palisades fire. This is the Santa Ynez Reservoir. It's the water supply basically for the Palisades. When they first started fighting the Palisades fire, they ran out of water extremely quickly. Wednesday, 3 a.m., they were basically out. And there's been a lot of talk on why this happened. So how long has this reservoir been empty for?
Since February of last year. There was no communication from the Department of Water and Power to LAFD that there was a water supply issue.
The firefighters, when they started fighting the fires, no one informed them that the reservoir was empty.
This reservoir holds 117 million gallons of water. The fire department was using a water supply from 3 backup tanks, each one only holding 1 million gallons of water.
They say it's closed for maintenance to repair the lid that's on top of it. I don't know a lot about reservoir maintenance, but there's literally no construction materials or vehicles anywhere in sight. Also, with a reservoir like this, you can refill it or start to refill it. So another question is, if they saw the Santa Ana winds were coming and we have this remarkably dry wet season, why was there no attempt to start refilling it back up? I know I threw a lot out there, but I think we need some answers, guys. Some real answers.
So there you go with that. And what's up, MRT? What's up, CYB? Is that CYB or SIB? I don't know. How do you say that? Bad wildfires, but nothing like Australia. But the question is there reason to believe Australia does it on purpose the way that we have reason to believe that California does it on purpose? So I guess it's time to show this thing real quick with this crazy document that I came across. So look at this. So this came out in 2020. It's a whole PDF about the SmartLA 2028 technology for a better Los Angeles. And, you know, it's like a 50-page document, but I'm going to show you a video where the guy who put this together gives a quick overview, but it talks about the new infrastructure, data tools, digital service, digital inclusion, governance, blah, blah, blah. The soul of our recovery will shape our contours of city's future in decades to come. We have a blueprint for the city of the future. From former Mayor Eric Garcetti. So, yeah, they got all kinds of crazy ideas for this, but here's the video of them giving a little rundown about this.
Hi, my name is Ted Ross, Chief Information Officer at the City of Los Angeles. As you know, we live in a world full of urban challenges. From traffic congestion that takes our time and pollutes our environment, to natural disasters that threaten the safety of our communities. To address these challenges, Los Angeles looks to smart city technology that can positively transform our urban environment. While not a silver bullet, technology provides solutions that were previously unavailable to the generations who lived before us. It is technology that enables transparency in our policing and gives a powerful voice to our diverse communities. It's technology that innovates alternative energy sources to reduce pollution and limit our carbon footprint. And it is technology that provides ultra-high-speed internet connectivity for LA residents and businesses to do amazing things. Technology enables the city of LA to efficiently and ethically improve the quality of life for our residents, businesses, and visitors. In other words, when done right, technology makes us smarter. That's why the city of Los Angeles strives to be a smart city. And there's never been a more important time for Los Angeles to be smart than now, as we prepare to host the world in the 2028 Summer Olympics and Paralympics. Technology has transformed almost every facet of our lives. According to the Pew Research Group, 81% of Americans connect with each other through handheld smartphones, and 71% are active on social media. Our nation has fundamentally become digital, connected, and online. Likewise, at the City of Los Angeles, technology is fundamental to how we function in managing traffic, planning our communities, engaging our constituencies, and protecting our residents. Through the coordination of both existing and emerging smart city technologies, we are positioned to transform the way we live, work, and move around LA. In LA, we believe smart cities are much more than software you purchase or sensors that you install in the cityscape. A smart city is an integrated, intelligent, urban ecosystem comprised of multiple ingredients that must work together for the benefit of the public. This would include, first, smart city infrastructure. This is the physical technology used to deliver smart city technologies, such as Department of Transportation's ATSAC traffic management system, which uses 4,500 connected traffic intersections to reduce travel time by more than 13%, or the Public Works Street Lighting's 165,000 LED street lamps that saves $3 million a year in electricity. Second are smart city data tools. This is the ability to share information across the smart city when you need it, where you need it, such as sanitation's Clean Streets program that proactively improves street cleanliness across 6,500 miles of LA streets, or our Data Science Federation, which every semester matches university data scientists in training with LA urban challenges. Third is Smart City Digital Services, which are the apps and websites used to digitally deliver city services to the public, including the award-winning MyLA 311 mobile app, providing access to 1,500 city services through your smartphone.
So you guys get the idea. And I see a comment here that says, IMC committee for 2020, the 2020 LA Games, where will they be building and on what budget? That is the perfect question for the next point that I'm going to make. Here is the budget, but this is going to create an interesting situation with Biden leaving and Trump coming into office.
Due to the magnitude of the disaster, I was talking with the governor, and he requested if I could increase the federal funding that was authorized under this legislation from 75% to 90%. We're increasing it to 100% of all the costs to be covered by the federal government for both the fire management assistance grants and the elements of what they call the disaster declaration. So today I'm announcing that the federal government will cover 100% of the cost for 180 days. This is going to pay for things like debris and hazard material removal, temporary shelters, first responders' salaries, and all necessary measures to protect life and property. And folks, I want to underscore, I told the governor and local officials, spare no expense to do what they need to do and contain these fires.
Yeah, spare no expense. We've got it. We've got it. So that last item that you mentioned, very vague. So
what they call the disaster declaration.
Listen to this.
So today I'm announcing that the federal government will cover 180 days. This is going to pay for and hazard material removal, temporary shelters, first responders' salaries, and all necessary measures to protect life and property.
All necessary measures to protect life and properties. That's super vague. That could mean anything. And they're saying it's already $150 billion of damage. And here's what things are looking like in LA. So, it's gone. A lot of it's just gone. And I think that they're going to, imagine these people get their insurance policy canceled. It's the perfect way to do eminent domain. I think they're going to build the city in the vision that they want to build it in, where all the stuff got burned down. It's a perfect way to do that. Am I going out on a limb, or are you guys right there with me with that? And you guys were asking, they find the person who's doing this, or they find or see somebody doing this on video. Yeah, they did, but I don't know. It feels like kind of a patsy situation because, look, homeless man suspected for trying to start fires with a flamethrower. Oh, how's a homeless guy get a flamethrower? A homeless man suspected of attempting to start a fire with a flamethrower was bundled to the ground and zip tied by Angelinos as wildfire continues to spread. Residents in the West Hills region of the city performed the citizens' arrest after reportedly witnessing the man brandishing a large propane tank or flamethrower on Thursday. We really banded together as a group, blah, blah, blah. LA Police Chief Assistant said on Friday that the suspect was interviewed, but authorities deemed that there was not enough probable cause to charge the man. However, the suspect was arrested on a felony probation violation, and the investigation remains ongoing. So that's one. Then I don't know what the hell this is. California woman arrested for allegedly starting Freddy fire amid ongoing wildfire crisis. What's that mean? Gloria Lynn Mandich, 60, was arrested on a felony charge after allegedly starting the Freddy fire near Pacific Coast Highway by Leo Carrillo State Beach. The January 8th blaze burned about 3 acres before being contained by firefighters from the Los Angeles and Ventura counties. So Patsy. Man admits to supposedly starting brush fire in Azusa. Let's see. Man was arrested on suspicion of storm brush fire, blah, blah, blah. First responders were called to Pioneer Park shortly after 11:30 p.m. Blah, blah, blah. Officers were able to locate the suspect standing next to the flames. The man, who identified as Jose Carranza Escobar, was detained and later admitted to starting the fire. Escobar was described as a transient, was then arrested for arson. The Los Angeles County Fire Department was able to quickly extinguish the fire, blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot of these people out there that are doing this, or that like people that are like saying that they're doing this. But here we go. Multiple people accused of arson, firestorm. But like it, I think this is the video that a lot of people are talking about where they, apprehend the guy. But like, does it really matter that we're seeing like these small people doing this if you create the perfect conditions for it to happen? Like, I think that's the bigger story. Like too many people are still going around acting like this was like a tragic accident, where no, like it is a tragic thing, but it's also evil thing that I think is very increasingly obviously intentional. The more we look at this, like, I don't like, if you look at every single thing that was done to create the perfect conditions for the worst possible thing that happened, I don't think you could deny that this was intentional. And a normal person would say, why would this be intentional? But if they don't like the single family home situation and they want to create this high density housing for like, the 700,000 homeless people they have, then maybe this is something they'd want to do. Now this was something interesting too. So Gavin Newsom sends this tweet out where he says, a lot of misinformation out there. Oh, here we go. A lot of misinformation out there. Just launched a new site to ensure the public has access to the fact-based data around the Southern California wildfires. The truth: California did not cut our firefighting budget. I mean, there's an article showing you cut it by $100 million, Gavin. We have nearly doubled the size of our firefighting army and built the world's largest aerial fighting fleet. California increased the forest management tenfold since we took office. California will not allow for looting. All right. So every point he makes there's like a mainstream media article saying the opposite of that. So let's see. Did not cut firefighting budget. Article right here. Newsom, $100 million. Boom. Gavin Newsom cut $100 million from fire prevention budget before California fires. Boom. Could do that for everything that he mentions there. Let's see where this site even takes us, because I saw he got a community note, because this thing like takes you just to his campaign site or something. Oh God. Look, of course he puts his photo shoot picture of him just pointing at the fire. Where's Amy Dangerfield? You know what? Condom dog. I will text Amy right now and tell her that Condom Dog wants to know where Amy is, and I'm sure she'll be delighted. We could have Amy on the stream. Try to get a wide variety of friends and peers and whatnot on the stream. You guys want Amy on the stream? We could have Amy on the stream. But did you guys see that one of the firefighting planes they had got hit by a drone yesterday?
This was not good. This is a super scooper, which we rent from the folks in Canada, in Quebec, which is why you're about to see that. See that wing right there? It was hit by a drone, and the drone crashed and collapsed, and because the drone hit it, it ended up tearing a hole in the wing. The plane was able to land safely, as you see there, pilot able to get out okay, but because of that, they can't fly it, at least not right now. So a plane that could be helpful to doing water drops, some 6 tons of water at a time, is now grounded because somebody was illegally flying a drone. and a reminder that it is a felony to fly a drone unauthorized in a fire zone right now. And so please don't do that tomorrow. And we hope that this plane can get repaired and can get back up in the air to help, because we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, I mean, this was helping fight the Palisades fire. As of Tuesday, there's 2 of them that we have. So this one is temporarily inoperable. The chief of LA County Fire reminding that, as you said, a felony is a federal crime punishable by up to 12 months in prison. And there's some serious fines that could be attached.
So it's just a disaster all the way around the guys. So now Texas firefighters are having to go to California because they cut so many of the staff from the fire department. So, and I heard from some friends that I have that work in, local fire departments across the country that, so normally it's super easy for people to just go volunteer and help out in situations like this. But California, for some reason, is making it incredibly difficult to even volunteer to help with this. So again, there's not a single situation that you could point to where it's okay, they're moving fast there, they're doing the right thing there, they're making things easy. So, I mean, please, anybody out there, tell me a situation where you could see where you're all right, they did a good job with that, and I think they're actually trying to stop these fires instead of make them worse. Jim says maybe they built out into the desert areas, so areas of SoCal also. What do you mean with their smart cities? Will Roger says, sounds like an infomercial for black hat hackers. Just saying. What's that? For the drones? Huh. I know it does. You would think that they would keep that more on the DL instead of advertising that. Zilla. Those were actual second and third home funds for politicians, not for actual homeless. What are you saying there? So you're saying, you're saying for the $24 billion that disappeared, that was supposed to go homeless people. Yeah, no, that's for sure. I mean, I think the number is 70% of the federal money that goes to states for homelessness goes towards administrative fees, which is just fancy talk for money laundering. Jadzium, thank you for the super chat. Shout out to B. Thank you. Was this by design or default? The seal is a suspect. Yeah, so Jaddism. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. So when this started, I was at I'm always at a good 10 to 25% default of something being intentional when something like this happens. I try not to start over 50% because that's just irresponsible, but I'm at 100% now. The canceling the controlled burns of the brush fires, emptying the water reservoir that's right next to you, cutting the fund by $100 million. It just stacks. It's canceling the fire hydrant inspections, everything you possibly could have done to mitigate risk with this. It was, they prepared for this in the perfect way if they were trying to have a bad fire situation. So yeah, I'm at pretty much 100% now that I think this was by design. Thank you for the super chat. TJC, what do you expect from Nancy Pelosi's nephew? Yeah, not just Nancy Pelosi's nephew, but I mean, basically the godson of the Getty family, who's the epitome of evil. I mean, I talked about them a little bit last night in the episode, but there was also that, and then Newsom's dad worked with some Operation Paperclip Nazi guy. So, did you guys know too, by the way, that Newsom basically assisted suicided his mother? So his mother was sick, and he technically, I guess he helped her kill herself. So people joke about him being looking like American Psycho, like Christian Bale in American Psycho, but dude, literally, I think the dude really is a psychopath. Whenever he speaks, even when he's speaking about a tragic thing, he can't help, he has that stupid smile on his face.
There were hurricane force winds of mis and disinformation lies. People want to divide this country, and we're going to have to address that as well. And it breaks my heart as people are suffering and struggling, that we're up against those hurricane forces as well.
You know, he reminds me. So we had Chase Hughes on the podcast this week on PBD podcast, and he was talking about like the biggest obstacle for psychopaths is like to be able to show empathy and sympathy. And like when they go to a therapy session, they have to literally like practice like when to smile or like how to show that they feel bad for something. Like the thing they struggle with is like actually feeling a certain way for something. So like that's what I imagine Newsom doing. He's spent his whole life like knowing how to trying to like show sympathy at the right times or whatever, because that's his only response. Like when they ask him a logical question like, hey, why'd you drain the reservoir? That would have been completely, like different situation if you had the reservoir full for the fire. And he's like, really? Like you're gonna try to politicize this? Well, people are dying right now. People's houses are burning down. People are their schools are burning down. They're suffering. I'm not gonna let you politicize this. We're not politicizing it, Gavin. We're asking logical questions. Like, why'd you cancel things that were in place for decades before this? Why'd you cancel fire hydrant inspections? Why'd you drain the reservoir? Why'd you cut $100 million from the thing? Let's see what else we got. Yeah, empathy. California got $3 billion. TJC says California got $3 billion or something to help with homelessness. No, it's $24 billion and then disappeared. But remember when funny thing when Newsom had the scare and he almost got recalled when he was up against Larry Elder. They had a surplus of COVID money and he gave like $1,000 check to everybody in the state to try to just buy their vote. Amber says, so on purpose, but why? This is to make martial law in California right before Trump takes over to keep him from taking over. No, so the theory that I've come around to, Amber, is that it's for this smart city thing. So here, let me go ahead and share the screen. I mean, yeah, I was right there with you where you're like, I couldn't imagine why they would do this, but it seems that the people that are doing this, they don't like that there's a lot of single family homeowners in this area. Cause like, if you think about it, the Palisades, probably the most, valuable real estate in America. If you were to think about it, like beachfront property in LA, like prime time real estate. And a lot of people, they bought those houses like 80 years ago, whether it's their family that bought it or them, like that's like generational property that they have, and they aren't trying to sell that, but that's like prime real estate that they want to build in. So you light the thing on fire, their home policies get canceled. Like, what are they going to do? They're not going to be able to, like, it's like eminent domain sped up, so like when the government wants a pipeline in a certain place and somebody's home's in the way, they'll offer them money, they'll offer to buy it out the nice way, but most of the time they end up having to use the stick instead of the carrot and like kind of force them out. So imagine how much money this saves the state, and if they were versus having to negotiate with homeowners and buy their houses from them. So, like if they want to build like a giant like apartment complex or a giant, they're calling it high density housing. So they want to put up buildings like that, probably like sad, depressing looking buildings that house a shit ton of people that are just like built vertically, and like in places where these single family homes are. Because I imagine the homeless problem, they want to, set them up somewhere with welfare and, create permanent voters that are dependent on them. So yeah, I think it was like just a big clearing out process. Cause if you look at the stuff that's been taking place, like it seems like they've been gearing up for this for a couple of years now. Wow, look at this. I just noticed this. So for infrastructure from the SmartLA 2028, for infrastructure, the participating departments, Department of Water and Power right there at number 1. Office of the Mayor right there at number 2. How about that? That is what I would call suspicious. Would you guys call it suspicious? So I hope that answers your question, Amber. Thank you for asking. fact that California has always had bad drinking water is crazy. Beverly Hills has premium water. Beverly Hills has premium water in taps, I've heard. Yeah, well, I showed the video last night of the freaking Resnick people, the people who own the Fiji Water Company. So, um, Fiji water used to be like my favorite water, but I can't drink that shit anymore. Like I was pissed off looking at the grocery store when I was there today. Like these people own. Here, I'll show it. Let me text in the chat if you guys missed what I showed last night about the Resnick family, how they're like the biggest private water owners in California. Like the way that water allocation in California works is insane. Well, I'm pulling that up. Let me show you something here real quick. So I guess there's like a smart city expo this year, which I was telling my buddy earlier, I think on behalf of Valuetainment, I think I'm gonna have to request a media pass to this. So, and is this the mayor of LA, Karen Bass, for keynote speakers? Is this a picture of the LA mayor? Am I crazy? This is the freaking LA mayor, right? So on April 2nd, April 3rd, 2025, there's a Smart City Expo in Javits Center, New York. So I'm going to write that down on behalf of Valuetainment. I'm going to try to get a media pass to that and see what kind of sick, twisted shit they talk about. What was I going to show you guys? Oh, yeah. The Kern Water Facility in California, 500 billion gallons of water in this water reservoir thing. It's like not even a reservoir. It's like one of those underground aquifer things. So where is this thing? Here we go. So the thing I showed you before with the guy who was like at that water facility, what the hell is it called? Water reservoir. That was, he said, 117 million gallons of water. This thing that the Fiji water people own, theirs holds 500 billion gallons of water, with an extra 120 billion gallons of water coming into it every year, because they set it up in a way where all the like runoff from the mountains and snow caps and all that just flow nicely into their facility. Let's see. So this is what the thing looks like. Boom. Here we go. So this is a visualization of what it looks like, right? 500 billion gallons of water. And the big thing to know with this is that they lobbied for this law change in 1994 called the Monterey Agreement, where prior to that, in emergency situations, the city had automatic rights to, water facilities like this. But now the big ag people, like big agriculture people, they have the rights to, or so the city has to buy water from this place in times of crisis, even though tax money built this facility. Insane. Let's see what else we got in the chat. Any good questions? Yep, Smart City is like 1984, an open air prison. Yes, it is. De Blasio's wife lost $2 billion in New York City. No one bothered to even investigate. We're being robbed blind by the, yes, 100%. 100%, Steve. We can't take this shit no more. We have to get real people in Congress, real people in local government. I mean, hopefully they don't get corrupted. LMG Philanthropy says, with California's earthquake coming, they have zero time to try it. Oh yeah, that's another funny thing. So they said with this smart city, they'll have earthquake warnings that give you a 45-second warning for an earthquake. Like, what the hell is that going to do? Then what else we got? Oh, guys, remember to like and subscribe if you're enjoying this, because it helps with the algorithm and everything. Trying to get this thing to grow pretty fast. So YouTube, I think, changed its algorithm lately. So what I'll tell you some top secret shit. So what I'm putting a lot of time and effort into is making the most perfect, best shorts ever, like about crazy topics that are like just high quality, total mind blowing. And hopefully I get those to pop off, because like lately the shorts are what's been driving the algorithm for longer content. But we're going at a good pace. I mean, I made the promise at the beginning of the year that I'm going to live stream every day, and continuing to do that. I think we started with like 70 people live. Now we're at, I think, like 210, and it's 11 o'clock at night. So thank you guys. Love you. This is a lot of fun, and want to keep doing this every night for sure. So let's see. Yes, swine. Some of those houses are tens of millions. Yeah, no, I know. It's like, imagine having a house that's worth like $15 million because your grandparents bought it back in the day for, I don't know, a couple $100,000, and then your home insurer just canceled the policy 2 months ago, and then it gets burned down. Like, what does that do to your net worth, especially if you're house rich? So I think that's the situation for a lot of these people. And something I've been pondering with too is, like, I'm almost of the mindset to say, like, don't give any federal money to California, but even though a lot of these people put themselves in that situation, like, you know what? It's a tough one. I'm going to pull up a quick map of California's voting this year. Let's see. California 2024 election. Like, I wonder if the Palisade County went red or if it went blue. Let's see. Here we go. Ah, shit, yeah. Damn, 64% in Los Angeles County. Yes, the Palisades are in Los Angeles County, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like right here. Maybe a little Ventura County. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Palisades are in Los Angeles County. But man, this sucks. Like, Kern County. Yeah, Kern County went hardcore for Trump. Ventura County was a little closer, but man, yeah, LA County, it's on the freaking coastline, man. Shit. Like, I hope this is enough to change their mind. But like, yeah, see a lot of these people put themselves in this position. Man. But yeah, so I'm kind of the mindset where I'm like, I don't know if we should even be in favor of giving federal money to California, because what the hell are they going to do with like California's like a freaking black hole for sending federal money to. It's like the CIA. Like, you have no idea where it goes. Like, you don't see any results from it. Like, they want to build this super city, but I don't even have like it's like the you ever hear of the Belt and Road Initiative that China wants to do? Like, it's supposed to take like 30 years for them to finish, and like I have no confidence that China's going to finish it. It's supposed to go through like all these different countries and whatnot, but just the freaking simple high speed railway for California, like, that you would think that was like the Belt and Road Initiative for them. Like, they put like $40 billion into it in 2008, and they have like a like a fraction of it done. So, like, the people that I do have sympathy for is the people who had their home insurance policies canceled like right before this happened, because that's bullshit. I just don't like that. Oh, we have another super chat from R Heath. Thank you, R Heath. Oh man, you're the best. Yes, everyone hit that like button. Let's see, where's that one? Thank you, R Heath. Everyone hit that like button indeed, please. Building a sick community here, and I'm excited about it. Question for you guys. You like this one-on-one thing more where it's just me, or do you like when I'm my buddies on more? Because I don't know, I'm trying to mix it up a good amount and see like what vibes right. Yeah, so I think that there's a reason that the three big cities, like for example, look how booming Miami is right now compared to LA, Chicago, and New York. I'm gonna pull something up right here. This is funny. So we even did a whole episode on this earlier this year, like $1 trillion of wealth left California and New York. $1 trillion leaving California. Let's see, is this the right one? There's this one with this great chart. I think it's from Bloomberg. Damn it. Where the heck is this? It's a Bloomberg article that shows like a beautiful graph chart. Oh, I put million, not trillion. Come on. So it was about we were talking about this when they said the Texas stock market was starting. New York, California business owners fleeing, blah blah blah. I'll get it for you next time. I don't want to get stuck on that, but yeah, basically like $1 trillion of money left, not combined, like $1 trillion left California, went to Texas, $1 trillion left New York, and went to Florida separately. So, I mean, it's a shame, but yeah, you're going to, and then I think a lot of money left Chicago for Tennessee. But it's a shame because like these places have so much freaking potential. Look at this. Yeah. Oh, man. California still fifth largest GDP, almost the size of Japan, bigger than India, bigger than UK, bigger than France. Then you got Texas, New York, Florida. That's going to change in a big way over the next few years, especially with the way things are going. Let's see. I'm going to go through some questions here, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. But again, thank you guys for watching. Much love. Let's see. Let's look for some banger questions. My uncle works as a journeyman electrician for Paul. Ooh. Get out of here. Jadism, don't mess with me. If you're serious about that, you know what? Jadism, send me an email, beaceto@vt.com right now. We got to talk. I will call you on the phone and we will talk about J. Paul Getty tunnels. I'm not messing around because I've been trying to go down this rabbit hole. This is a crazy one. Like the notion that maybe they're trying to burn some evidence, but if you work for this dude, or if your uncle worked for this dude, hit me up. beaceto@vt.com. Email. You get like 100 emails now. So let's see. Let's see. Cities are shitholes. It's crazy. I want to live in one. Yeah, you bring up a great point. So again, guys, watch this Chase Hughes episode from the PBD podcast that came out this week. Freaking sick. The guy, I think he might have been in the CIA, but he talks about all the psychology stuff. And he says that the modern day conditions create psychopaths because the human brain wasn't built to operate in a city. We're built to have, a small tribe of 20 to 30 people that we're around with. But the fact that we live in cities makes us have to just totally dismiss like the notion of empathy, and that's why we have there's like the thing called the large crowd syndrome, where like you ever hear of the story where there's like this apartment building where all the windows were open and they heard a like a girl getting murdered or something outside, and every single like nobody called the police because every single person thought to themselves like, oh, I'm sure somebody else will call the police. But or like when you see those videos of somebody getting beat up in the street or robbed or something, and there's plenty of videos of it, but there's nobody that's like intervening and stopping them and helping them person. Like like that's like a was it psychological response to us living in these giant places where we can't possibly have empathy for everybody. So yeah, cities are very, very bad and toxic for the like human condition or the whatever you want to call it. UBI tricks after DEI tricks. Yeah, the scary thing about UBI is that it's like what you call it like Elon sounds like he's in favor of UBI. And with the whole basis of it being that after AI kind of automates everything, then like the economy will be so big and productive that we'll have enough excess money to put people on UBI. But man, that sounds shitty. That sounds like something where you could really threaten people if they don't do what you want them to do, and hold that UBI over their heads. So I don't know. I don't really agree with the notion that AI is going to get rid of all these jobs and kind of screw things up like that, because like we did a presentation about this before where Pat talked about how every time we've had 4 industrial revolutions, every time it like wiped out over 50% of the jobs that were in existence, and people thought like, oh man, this is the end of everything, like factories automated things, so we don't need the like people working on the farms anymore. But every time like technology takes away the old jobs, new jobs are created, because there's things that we didn't even think of before as jobs that are needed. Yep, to screw over the middle class, that's for sure. Condom Dog, what'd you miss? Did you miss the show I talked about last night where I talked about the Resnicks? Oh man. Well, yes, it's the Fiji water people. So just jump on that episode from last night and check it out. What else we got? Poland Spring. Smelt fish, yeah. What a stupid excuse to smelt fish. Midwest cities advertised a shortage or not to use water on given days. I'm hearing they are attempting to tax water in Midwest soon. Really? Which states? That's bullshit. Like the fact that we guys, all right, hold on. Yep. You keep prompting things for me to show. I love it. That's what we need. Like I try to say this as much as humanly possible, but like it's shocking when you see the amount of water like that we don't use in the world. Percent of water used. There's this one chart that's my favorite chart ever. Boom, here it is. Freaking love this chart. This will shock you. So look at this. All the water in the world, the world's 75% water. 97% of it is salt water, right? In the oceans, okay? Then what is it? Glaciers are 2.15% of the water. Then the water we use for every single thing we do, whether it's drinking water, agriculture, irrigation, you name it, like showers, blah, blah, blah. 0.65% of the world's water. That's what we use for everything. That's what they bottle up and sell to us. That's what we use to put out fires. So we just totally ignore 97% of the water in the world. And like, it's like, oh man, if only we had this technology that could remove salt from the water. Oh yeah, we do, but the government seems to hate it. You know, you could type in desalination plants, California. Guarantee like the first thing you'll see. So what they look like. They're super cool, very energy intensive. They've been like the technology's existed since the freaking 70s, but all right, California looks to streamline desalination plants. So they've been really dragging their feet with this. Let's see. Map. It's like California should have like 1,000 of these things. But I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it looks like there's like maybe less than 10 of them. But the problem with this is they're super energy intensive, and you know, they try to use like solar panels and wind turbines and shit for them, and that's not going to do anything. Like, and that's going to be super expensive. But if you build a nice nuclear reactor in there, then you could have as much water as you want. Like, we should use more than 0.6% of the water in the world for the things that we do. The land out there in the desert is going to be cheaper too. They'll push businesses to move out there with incentives, maybe. Housing like in Ukraine, all of you people on top of each other, and other cities too close. California single homes dwellings are going to be obsolete. Everyone's building large ADUs. Yes, yes, indeed. Yep, 100%. All right, guys. Any last questions before we wrap this thing up? It is midnight now, and I have lots of videos to create that I think you will really enjoy, but gonna get after it. Fun fact about me, I stay up all night at least once per week. It's super unhealthy, but I don't know, it's just part of the grind, I guess. I don't know. Middle class don't own oceanfront. Well, see, Steve, the thing is, I think that was a thing that was possible 70 years ago. Like, there were people in the middle class that owned, you know, oceanfront homes, and that got eviscerated. Like, even if you inherited those things, like, you couldn't afford the property tax on it. So that's a sad thing. All the lefties live on the coast and believe in climate change. I know, fucking idiots. How about, speaking of climate change, you see Bernie Sanders come out the other day and tweet, like this shows definitively that climate change is real. Like, we need to stop denying it. But like no, Bernie, it doesn't show climate change is real. It shows that you guys are willing to light a whole fucking city on fire just to get your way. Oh, Karen Bass. I'm glad to bring up Karen Bass. So yeah, it's come out that like, she's actually a big fan of, what's her name, of Fidel Castro. She was like a Fidel Castro activist and like took multiple trips to Cuba when she was in her younger days, and she was like deeply devastated when he died. So that's good that we have that freak show running in California, running LA. Miss D, I'm very good. How are you? Thank you for joining tonight. It's all a scam, but to who? Please elaborate on that. The 45-second thing, Steve? Is that a big deal? I'm not from a place that earthquakes are common, so is the 45 seconds helpful? I guess I could see that's better than nothing. Yep, that's for sure. I know we still haven't heard shit about North Carolina like since that week. Insane. Yeah, paper water. Yep, and it's like the stock market where they sell like far more paper water than they actually have on hand. So it's insane. Oh man. Well, guys, I think I got a good one here. I live in Colorado, and from Denver to the Springs, they're gonna make smart city. I guess they'll wait for summer to burn us. That would be crazy because doesn't Denver have a shit ton of water? Or no, actually, I know I saw that your rivers, your the hell's it called? The Lake Mead, that one's drying up too crazily. Well, guys, I could spend all night talking. It's a lot of fun. I love doing it, but I have to start recording these videos that I'm gonna start firing off this week. So again, much love. I will be back tomorrow night talking more crazy shit. We'll see if it's a solo show or if I have some friends jump on. Again, leave feedback down there, and let me know if you like it more when I am solo or if I got the boys on, or like Condom Dog said, maybe I'll have Amy on. Well, thank you guys. I love you too. Until next time, which will be tomorrow night. Goodbye.